DozhaToldya.com.
Yeah. Seddy Hendrinx. The name of the track is called Audacity. Brand new video. And yeah, he was kind of speeding it up with a little bit of his speed flow on that one. And this here is... What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dame Doja. If you're looking to get your interview done or be a guest host on our podcast, hit us up at DozhaToldya.COM. Bump what you heard. Remember who told you? It's DozhaToldya. The DozhaToldya Podcast number 98. Part 2. DozhaToldya Podcast number 98. Part 2 with the loud claps. Y'all got to excuse me, man. I had the nerve to eat me a Popeye's biscuit right before I do part 2. Like, I got biscuit all in my cheeks. Biscuit all in my teeth. Biscuit everywhere. Know what I'm saying? I would say that the girl in the video was thicker than a biscuit, but she wasn't really that thick. But I was enjoying the natural body. Shout out to the natural bodies, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to the natural bodies out there, man. Yeah, man. Politics and allegations, man, with a little bit of sports, man. We on part 2 of the DozhaToldya Podcast. Welcome back. If you missed part 1, you can go on the YouTube channel and check it out. It should be the very next video, the very first video before this one. Or you can listen to the full show on the Mixlr app right here on MIXLR/DozhaToldya Radio. You can get the Mixlr app, or you can just enter that in the URL, or watch us on the Twitch channel, DozhaToldya on Twitch. And yeah, man, still happy to be here. So if you would like to keep us around and congratulate us and then award us for such a great job, you can hit us up right here on the Cash App, DozhaToldya Radio on the Cash App, DozhaToldya Radio. We appreciate all contributions, for, no matter how small, how big. But if you don't have any contribution to give, that's fine. That's fine. Just like and subscribe on the channel right now. Go ahead and press that like button, man. If you want to send in a comment too, man, if you're watching on YouTube and you want to tell us about ourselves, comment on the channel, man. Yeah, because that's help us just as much as well, I ain't gonna cap. But it is a good help. It is a good help, man. Shout out to DJ TC, DJ Shed Street. You can also listen to them on DozhaToldya Radio over the weekend, every Friday, starting on Friday through Sunday. We got DJ TC coming in on Friday and Saturdays. If you miss him on the DozhaToldya Radio app, then catch him on Twitch, man. Every Friday, starting around 8:30ish. You know what I'm saying? We got Club TC. Saturday afternoon, he got an R&B vibe, one of the best R&B vibes I've ever experienced, no cap. And on Sundays, DJ Shed Street gives us the Christian hip hop Sunday morning mixtape starting at 10 a.m. every Sunday. And the Sunday morning mixtape has been getting better and better. He's been educating me on brand new music that I ain't even know about. It might be Christian, but it still is a vibe. So start your morning off on Sundays with, some sanctified, some positive, Christian hip hop from DJ Shed Street, man. And congratulate them boys, man, because they've been doing their thing for well over a couple of years, man. Most consistent team in all of radio, man. Well, all of internet radio, man. I'm going to say it like that. But we got a lot more to talk about here on the show. Of course, we talked about the new music on part 1, but again, we got new music dropping around 12 from Benny the Butcher. Everybody Can't Come, man. Everybody Can't Come by Benny the Butcher. He's now signed with Def Jam, and that will be dropping midnight tonight. Also, Kevin Gates is dropping a new album. What's the name of the Kevin Gates album, though? I don't even know. What's the name of that motherfucker? Kevin Gates. I don't know. Gates. Kevin. The Ceremony is the name of the album. The Ceremony. So yeah, man. Black Youngster is also dropping new music. And it might be some folks that I might be forgetting, man. But we played music, new music y'all never heard before from Four Bats, a brand new artist out of Florida. He the one that had the little soprano or the real high pitched voice. We played new music from Lay Banks. I love that woman, man. She's a very, very talented young lady. We played Young Banks, new music from Coi Leray, who just read up on her label deal. And who else? Nicki Minaj, Flo Milli, and Resonati, man. So if you would like to get a list of the playlist, you can go to the title, man. On title, we have the playlist called DozhaToldya Podcast 98, or you'll find it on the social media. So follow us on social media on Twitter, and you can find the playlist. It's all there, man. We just trying to make sure we keep y'all engaged in every way possible, so you can know what you listening to when you listen to all this new exclusive music on DozhaToldya Podcast. You did. All right. So that's the new music of the week. And part two gets a little nasty with the allegations. And this week is no exception. So what we left off at, before we finished the last show, where did we leave off at? We were talking about finesse 2 times. We was talking about people being finessed. We was talking about meat tweets. Yeah. Meat tweets. And we was sending a prayer out to Snoop Dogg's daughter. And I had it wrong. I actually said Snoop Dogg's wife. But I was tripping. Snoop's daughter. Let's see what we got. Oh, man. So Snoop's daughter had a stroke. Cori Broadus suffered a stroke at the tender age of 24. And yeah, man, it can happen at any age. A stroke is when the brain doesn't get enough blood and it starts to shut down. Prayers out to Cori Broadus, Snoop's daughter. She suffered a severe stroke, and we're praying for a speedy recovery for young Cori. It can happen for anybody, man. Take care of yourself, and don't forget to send a prayer and live every day like you won't see tomorrow, because tomorrow's not promised, man. But we hope that Snoop Dogg's daughter, Cori, gets a tomorrow and more. So prayers out from the DozhaToldya Podcast. And while we're talking about, I guess before we get into all the mess, let's talk about Young Thug. So Young Thug, who is currently incarcerated and battling a RICO charge, he's not having the best of days. And it can get kind of dark when you locked up, and you're dealing with charges pending against you. It could be dark and heavy for not only Young Thug and Young Thug's family, but also Young Thug's relationship with Mariah the Scientist. Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist, she's an R&B artist, very beautiful and very talented R&B artist. And it seems that they've been having a hard time since Thug has been locked up. He's been locked up for almost 2 years now. I think it's been about 2 years since he's been locked up. And she's been supporting him every step of the way. And recently, a little piece of a phone call. Well, it was not a conjugal visit, but a phone call visit. You know, when they do visits now, you can talk on the phone and have FaceTime, and that's not obviously enough to actually be satisfied. But everything kind of can help get that time, get through that time while you locked up. But unfortunately, the way things in the internet and the media works in 2024, that phone call was leaked, or a portion of that phone call was leaked on the internet, and it's been going around everywhere. So first, we just want to apologize that this actually happened, and I know we ain't doing no better by actually sharing it as well, but by now it was all over the internet anyway. So we got a piece of the phone call right here. And I would say a lot of folks were saying, that this is no good, that we actually got access to this kind of stuff because it's an invasion of their privacy. But hey, the man locked up and folks got the internet. So we gonna play it too. Here we go.
What's up, baby? Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
I miss you. And I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Thanks for my gifts.
Them chains heavy?
They heavier than the bracelets for sure. I miss you, baby.
I even thought the Cubans were bigger.
You thought what was bigger?
I said I thought the Cubans were bigger too.
Like thicker? Like
Yeah, like more. Yeah. They 14, I think.
I like it a lot. I'm very appreciative. Thanks, babe. I miss you.
I miss you too.
I wish that you could be at home with me and you could put it on me. I miss you.
I miss you too. You look beautiful. That shit don't look like a rapper now.
That's what you want me to look like? Rapper. If I had to have a rap name, what would you pick it to be? I like that you called me Tiger Lily last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daddy. I'm all your baby.
Yeah, man. I know. It sounded tough. It sounds like they are having a tough time. And prayers out. I know that, that's kind of what comes with this territory of being in the streets and I don't know. I really don't have much to say in regards to that, but I know that's tough, man. Even just to hear her say "I miss you" like almost every other word, I'll be like, "Oh my God!"
You're listening to DozhaToldya Radio.
Yeah, man, and whoever in the jail system or whatever, you know what I'm saying, they must have got paid to leak that footage. What goes around comes around, man, and karma's a motherfucker. So I hope y'all got paid, you know what I'm saying, some good money. But that's seemed to be a bit tough to have to deal with. So prayers to Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug, and keep your head up, bro. So keeping this thing moving, and not to get in the ladies' business, but real quick, they say that the NBA Houston Rocket player Jalen Green, I think he played for the Houston Rockets, and Draya, you may know from the Instagram, being fine on Instagram, and Basketball Wives, and she wasn't really a basketball wife when she was on basketball, but she kind of anyway. Draya Michelle and Jalen Green may be expecting. Now, we don't want to speculate, and we kind of don't want to speak on women's bodies like that. But the rumor has been going around the internet that Draya, who is 39 years old and currently in a relationship with the basketball star Jalen Green, who is 21 years old, she might be pregnant. And the reason that they say so is because this footage right here from a Houston Rocket game.
Basketball Wives star Draya Michelle was spotted out with Jalen Green. Look, there's Jalen and there's Draya. And the streets are talking because she looks very allegedly, possibly sporting a baby bump. It might be a pregnancy, y'all. That's what y'all had said. Okay, now here's the thing. Draya Michelle is 39 years old and Jalen of the Houston Rockets is 21. And y'all are throwing around that P word quite a lot. I'm not going to say it, but y'all are just throwing it around, saying that this is inappropriate, honey. And allegedly, Draya has a son the same age as Jalen. Could you date somebody the same age as your kid? Like, oh my gosh. Men do this, women do this. People with these large age gaps, what do you guys think? Like, share, comment below. I just wanted to hear what y'all had to say because y'all had said it. I didn't say it. I'm just saying what y'all had said. Follow the page, y'all. I love y'all. I hope you.
Now, you said it. You sure said it. And we let a woman report on this. So if she is, maybe she's just wearing, overalls because she's being sporty. Maybe she, was in the garden doing some planting of sorts. Maybe somebody was planting some seeds in her. I don't know. But if she is, hey, be happy for the folks. Be happy for the folks. But as far as her being 39 and him being 21, how many years is that? That's like what, 18-year difference? That's quite interesting. Yeah, that's quite interesting. At least she could still give that man a baby. Some folks are calling this predatorial. Some folks are saying that it's kind of the same as when the women will accuse men of grooming and being predatorial to the young ladies. But they all adults. They grown. They can live their life how they want. And maybe, just maybe, the rumors are true. In any case, is it grooming though? Because he is old enough. Like he 21. It's not really grooming. So I don't know if that was the appropriate word. I apologize, for any wrong speculation here. But it's just a little creepy. It is definitely a little predatorial for a 39-year-old woman who dates nothing but basketball and football type athletes to be with a rookie in NBA basketball. But maybe he stepped to her. Maybe he slid in her DMs. Who knows? I don't know there. Keeping it moving, man. Don't want to be too nasty, but this is the politics allegations. It's always grooming when you're being a predator, not always an age thing. All right, that's what Shed Street had to land in. So, as we keep on moving here, Rick Ross's baby mama, Tia Kemp, has been messy as ever. She has been getting on the internet saying all kinds of stuff that Rick ain't paying his child support. If you don't remember, I think this was the baby mama that had teamed up with 50 Cent when he was beefing with 50 Cent back in the day. And now she seems, while Rick Ross has been in a new relationship with a new young lady. I don't know if we reported on that a couple of weeks ago, but Tia Kemp, his baby mama, has had a lot to say about the Miami rapper, Let's hear what she says.
Like Ross' mama was trying to take mine in court all them years, filed for primary custody 3-4 times. Bitch, the judge told her, this lady ain't unfit. Why is y'all keep filing for primary custody? And he's an entertainer. He can't stay home and take care of this child. She right. Ain't even want to pay $5,000. $7,000. Ain't even want to get. I was like, well, just get the child a house and pay for him for private school. I don't want no money. I do the rest. They ain't want to do. I had to fight all them. Y'all saw it. It's public records right now because it's a confidentiality agreement. But bitch, he 18 now. Spill the beans. You want me to show it? You want me to show that confidentiality agreement? I should go back and modify that bitch for the last 6 months and force his ass to go to college for 3 years. So you give me some money for 2 years. You dust up his Florida prepaid college fund that we looking for. My lawyer been trying to contact you for it. We need help with this college. They ain't getting him a full ride. And even if they do, food, blankets, anything, nigga, meats, Tweety Bird, shitty ass tacos. I'm gonna have to send my money. So why do I can't pay social support if your child wanna go to college? You was a dust. You should be wanting to reap all these blessings right now and give me credit for this, you dusty bitch. That's why you're mad, because you want to get all the credit for him. You want to show up at all the games the past 2 years because he was all over 305 Sports, ESPN, all that. Ross son. I was mad they was saying Ross son and not Tia motherfucking son. Bitch, I'm the one that's changed 2-3 shades darker for 16 years out there since he was 3. Won to throw a football fat. Be glad he ain't wearing rain. Y'all going to see the Heat tonight. The Heat'll get the heat of my ass. Because Wade is a whole sissy. And you sat at his motherfucking podcast with his legs wide open. White like a big Mandy dick. Get a BBL, you big back bitch. See, I ain't done reading you.
My goodness. My goodness. What is wrong with this lady? Where's the class? What's going on? Tia Kemp. Somebody get this lady's phone. Stop her while she's ahead. That's not it. Unfortunately, that's not it. She also had some things to say about Gucci Mane's wife, Keisha Kayor. She's saying that Rick Ross was allegedly sleeping with Keisha Kayor while Gucci was locked up. And that's not all either. Maybe, allegedly, Rick Ross and Meek Mill ran the train on one of his old girlfriends, Lyra Galore. I mean, she is going crazy. Listen to her.
Lyra Galore. She was laughing at me with his baby mama and them too when it was her turn. I want her too. Right now, I'm bloggy, I'm viral.
Okay, we're going to stay on Lyra.
Meek Mill, then y'all choo on that whole too, Meek Mill, you and Rose now. I heard Gucci Man, he Keisha Kayor too while you was in prison. I seen her pulling out from his studio house in that Rolls Royce she was driving that was a white one.
Say allegedly.
This the truth though, allegedly, and it's the truth. I ain't gotta lie. Lie detective payment.
It's gonna say allegedly.
I don't fuck. They can't sue me. I ain't lying. That girl better go prove to her husband and Rose that I'm telling the truth. Cause he told me he done all these and he laughed.
Fucking Rick Ross fat ass.
Girl, that nigga could fuck you right now. You got that bit. You want guys bitter.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll fuck for some Wingstop.
Yeah,
I love Wingstop.
That girl say she'll fuck for some Wingstop? My goodness. For the Wingstop now? Bitches is fucking for Wingstop now? Oh my God. The filth. Yeah, man, you gotta be careful on who you lay your seeds in, man. Lay your deposits in, man, because you get a check and these chicks start going absolutely bonkers. It don't make no damn sense. Can we get a video of Rick Ross saying his response? What did Rick Ross have to say about all this messiness from Tia? Talk to him, Rose.
Tia's sister Ebony, she told me about that botched surgery, but you gonna get over it. You gonna heal. I ain't gonna lie, we laugh about it a little while, but look, down at that county, take care of them down there, man. Get them of that Wingstop. Get them Wingstop. Come on now. You know? Let me get one glass of Luke Bel Air, please. But look, guys, every time you get on TikTok, I know you see a new release from Tia. But listen, We all gotta imagine what she's going through. She's going through a lot. Her mother, who's a 30-year reoccurring crack addict, she's back addicted. Tia's dealing with it. She not living with Tia. Tia say mom's with the sister that has a job. They don't have the best relationship, but she's helping her mom and Tia's helping her mom. So that's why you won't see me cut her IG page off or none of that, because you gotta let her express herself, you know? Let me get this glass of Luc Belaire. She has to express herself, so let's not take any of that personal. Let's wish her mother Sabrina the best and just hope, you know, she fights the addiction and everything else. But hey, them hoes been going live in the car. Them hoes ain't going live in the house. Oh, can't speak a name if you ain't going live in your house with a paint on the wall. Come on now. Y'all want to get Rose vibing, huh? Yeah, you want to get Rose vibing, ain't it? Come on now. Y'all want to dance? Let's dance. I'm going to the Miami Heat dinner tonight, the Miami Heat Gala. Them things 20,000 a seat. We going to that thing tonight. Me and Christina going, but.
Yeah, man. That boy Ross responded and butt back with a commercial. That was damn near like a commercial or something. I don't know if I was watching a man who was mad or he was shooting a commercial for Wingstop in Bel Air. Rose. Oh, man. That was a little class, though. I never seen Rose tap dance so much. He always seemed to change the subject. It very, very, very well. He sure does change the subject, shit. And he does it with you know, a high class. You know, I got to give him a round of applause for that. Because he showed tap dance straight on through that like Gregory Hines. That boy was out there like, That boy stepped through that one. Sure enough did. All right, so we also got a response from Keisha Kaor. Keisha Kaor, Gucci Mane's wife and baby mother. She responded with, ain't never had no dealings with Ross, period. Keep my mother effing name out y'all mix up. Ross and my husband are friends. WTF. How dare y'all? Bitches. Pressed and mad. Medication is needed. So this wasn't as much class as my boy Rose, but she sure did, you know what I'm saying, hit back with silent shots. So yeah, Keisha Kaor, man, good job. Go ahead and, you know, let them folks know that you ain't got nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, they mess, and to keep your name out of their mouth. And ain't nothing wrong with you hanging out with your husband friends. We know that Gucci Mane and Rose have been friends for a very long time. You know, back when even they were siding against your boy Snowman. So shout out to Rose. Shout out to Keisha Kaor, Ice. You know what I'm saying? Gucci Mane and the whole family, man. And prayers to Tia's family, Sabrina and Ebony and Tia. Like Rose said, man, he ain't trying to cut their water off, man. They need them checks. So y'all might be engaging on her social media pages to get us some money, but my boy say don't believe the hype and don't believe the mess. Rose! Yeah, man. My bad, y'all. I'm yelling at all of y'all ear. Keeping it moving, man. I told y'all it was going to get messy. And this was a subject that we didn't talk about a couple of weeks ago, but we'll go ahead and slide this one on in there too. Because, hey, since we talking about running trains and cheating and all that good stuff, how about the 4 Florida women? The 4 Florida women. Did y'all see that story? About the 4 Florida women who did a collective photo shoot together after finding out they've been sleeping with the same man. They decided to do a photo shoot together? Yeah, that was kind of odd. Here goes footage from the photo shoot. Buddy got him 3 light skins and a white girl. Point of view, he didn't think we'd find out that he was talking to all of us at the same time, so we did a photo shoot together. My boy got, is that a white girl? Three light-skinned women and a white girl. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is actually getting back at them. You know, but if they feel like they getting their justification by doing a photo shoot, I guess more power to y'all. I guess go ahead and advertise that pussy. Excuse my language, but this is part 2, man. We up late, you know. Go ahead and advertise it then. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think, man? Leave it a comment, you know, if y'all think that this is them getting their get back. You know what I'm saying? You know. And I'm willing to bet at least 1 out of the 4 is going to spin the bin and double back. You know what I'm saying? They going to spin the block. Buddy ain't even tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because if he was a real player, as he probably is, he probably wouldn't even have no problem with none of that. They thought they was going to get him back by having a photo shoot. Come on now. Come on now. All right, man. I know we've been getting the mess. We've been in a lot of mess. So let's clean it up a little bit, man. Let's clean it up a little bit. We do have the Oscar nominations. The Oscar nominations were announced. And do y'all have any favorites? Do y'all have any movies or actors that y'all are rooting for in the Oscar nominations? We're going to kind of keep this real brief, but let's go through them so we'll know what movies we need to be looking out for and what actors that we may need to root for. And the 96th annual Academy Awards, which should be coming up very soon here. So we got Best Picture. Right, today Tuesday announcements wasn't without its share of surprises, with no Best Director nomination for Greta Gerwig for the Barbie movie. She and Noah Baumbach were nominated for the movie's adapted screenplay, and no acting nod for the star Margot Robbie. You know, the fine blonde that played Barbie, who was also a producer for the Best Picture nominee. To say that I'm disappointed that they are not nominated in the respective categories would be an understatement, said Ryan Gosling, who was nominated for his role as Ken. So Barbie wasn't nominated, but Ken was, and the movie was about patriarchy. That's a coincidence. Anyway, past Oscar winner Leonardo DiCaprio, who starred in The Killers of the Flower Moon, also didn't receive an acting nod this year. But I don't think that role of Leonardo DiCaprio was Oscar nomination worthy, even though it was a great movie. Meanwhile, DiCaprio's co-star Lily Gladstone became the first Native American to be nominated for a Best Actress. And she also is following up her Emmy win for her role in The Killers of the Flower Moon. America Ferrera scored a Best Supporting Actress nomination for her performance in Barbie after she wasn't nominated for a Golden Globe. And Justin Triet became the 8th woman nominated for Best Director for Anatomy of a Fall. All right. But Oppenheimer was leading the pack with 13 nominations, followed by Poor Things with 11. So shout out to Christopher Nolan, the director of the World War II biopic Oppenheimer, which was an excellent movie. Y'all might want to check that out. But very, very long. It was very, very long. But I watched it about 3 times now. I like Christopher Nolan is actually one of my favorite directors. So let's get on to the nominees. Best Picture, American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. I personally have seen Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Barbie. I want to check out American Fiction, which is starring Jeffrey Wright. And I also want to watch maybe Maestro. And I heard a lot about Poor Things, so I want to kind of see that too. Best Actor, Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Coleman Domingo and Rustin, Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction. Jeffrey Wright and Coleman Domingo are the black folks that we're gonna root for in that category. Best Actress, Annette Bening in Nyad, Lily Gladstone in Killers of the Flower Moon, Sandra Hüller in Anatomy of a Fall, Carey Mulligan in Maestro, and Emma Stone in Poor Things. Best Supporting Actor, Sterling K. Brown, American Fiction, Robert De Niro, My Guy in Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer, and Ryan Gosling, who played Ken and Barbie, and Mark Ruffalo, who also played the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, that guy. And Poor Things. Best Supporting Actress, Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks in The Color Purple. Okay, shout out Danielle. American Ferrera and Barbie. Shout out America. And Jodie Foster, the incomparable Jodie Foster in Nyad, and Davine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers. Best Director, The Zone of Interest, Jonathan Glazer, Yorgos Lanthimos and Poor Things, Christopher Nolan and Oppenheimer, Martin Scorsese and Killers of the Flower Moon, one of my favorite directors as well, and Justin Triad and Anatomy of the Fall. That shit keep kicking my ass. I keep saying The Fall and it's A Fall. That shit is kicking my ass. Congratulations to all those that were nominated. Animated feature film, we'll be rooting for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse in that one. I heard Elemental was pretty good as well. Just to scroll through real quick. Original song, I'm Just Ken from Barbie. That might win. What Was I Made For from Barbie? Yeah. Not too much else to report on, other than the fact that Oppenheimer did damn near get nominated for damn near everything, and Barbie and Poor Things. I might have to go check that movie Poor Things out. I've been hearing it's been getting a lot of nominations in all the award shows, so that might be worth to watch. So y'all know that we kind of just like to pay attention to the best picture part of the show, and so I personally like to make sure that I watch all the best picture nominees of the Academy Awards. I may not even watch the Academy Awards, but I know that I'm personally rooting for Oppenheimer, but I want to go watch American Fiction starring Jeffrey Wright once again, because that is about a black author who has a come up story. So yeah, man, that is our feel good part of part 2 of the DozhaToldya Podcast with the Oscar nominations. Congratulations to all those that are nominated. Everybody that's nominated. Shout out to Killers of the Flower Moon, Scorsese, and Christopher Nolan with Oppenheimer though. Yeah. All right, so let's get back to the mess. Back to the mess, man. Okay, so first and foremost, before we get all the way into the mess, we can't help but to notice that there's a bit of an agenda going on Some folks may say there's an agenda when you watch your movies, when you watch your TV shows, when you're on the internet, when you're watching media, the news. Maybe America has an agenda in itself. So I came across this tweet from a controversial account that was speaking on the agenda of the destruction of the black family. And in that tweet, they spoke on the element a community does not talk about enough: the destruction of the black family. 1, the young black American men lead in gun-related deaths in America. 2, young black American men commit the most gun-related murders in America, mostly on other black men. So that's black on black crime or black on black killings, which may be a part of the agenda. 3, when one black man kills another black man, he makes a black child or the black man's children grow up without a key piece of their life: a father. 4, when one black man kills another black man, he goes to prison for decades or life, leaving his own black child or children to grow up in the world without a key piece in their life: a father. 5, every night and day in America, young black men are killing each other in every major city and have been doing so since the 70s and 80s. Just think about how this dynamic of a cycle of violence has created so many black children that had to grow through life damaged, scarred, and without a father.
Never got to slow it down. Move.
Yeah, man. So if we was ever to think that there was an agenda to make sure that black people don't prosper, we have to stop ourselves and make sure that we, as black people, don't feed into the agenda and don't become a statistic of the agenda. I felt that that was something that I wanted to share with you guys, but we have more mess. So the other week, there was an insignificant holiday called Milk Day. And there were it was National Milk Day. And there was a couple of people, black men, who celebrated Milk Day by showing off their milk of magnesia. And this one in particular, RG3, secret agent. I would say secret agent number 1, but secret agent 1 of millions. Black athletes seem to marry white women. Whether or not they had a black baby mama at one point, whether or not right out of college they only dated white women, or they are like Tyreek Hill and seem to get white women or white passing women pregnant. But this guy here, RG3, he wanted to post his white girl on National Milk Day with the caption that says, "Cookies and milk, National Milk Day." Sad. RG3, I think, did he win the Heisman? He had such a promising possible career, and now he's just doing TikToks with his white girlfriend. I mean, look at this guy on National Milk Day, having so much fun. Big smiles. So, I mean, maybe he's happy, but hey, look at this guy.
Hell no. Come on, wait to the no. Come on. Hell to the no.
They were doing a parody of Stephen A. Smith when he asked him if he wants to work with Jason Whitlock. If y'all don't know, Stephen A. Smith had a little beef with Jason Whitlock. We didn't really cover it because we have enough black on black violence to cover. But yeah, man, it seemed to be National Milk Day, and black men were out showing off their white girlfriends. I mean, they were all over the internet. Here's Marcus Jordan with Larsa Pippen, Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, who claims that they have sex 5 times a day. And also, she is freezing her eggs and hoping to start a new family with Marcus. So it was black men all over the internet celebrating and showing off and flaunting they white girlfriends.
Guys who date white girls.
And here is another segment called "We're Black Guys Who Date White Girls."
Black guys who date white girls. Of course her father calls me boy.
We're black guys that date white girls. Of course I lost everything in the divorce.
Fuck! We're black guys who date white girls. Of course I'm a D1 athlete.
We're black guys that date white girls. Of course I let her say the N-word when we're at home.
We're black guys who date white girls. Of course I refer to it as the N-word.
We're black guys that date white girls. Of course I need someone to obey me.
We're black guys who date white girls. I've been to Bonnaroo at least a dozen times.
We're black guys that date white girls. My breath, no matter what, stinks.
We're black guys who date white girls. Of course I got fired as Kang the Conqueror in the MCU.
We're black guys that date white girls. Of course she tells her friends it's big.
We're black guys who date white girls. I've been called everything from sellout to Uncle Ruckus to coon. But what I've never been called is attractive. We're black guys who date white girls. Of course her father calls me boy.
Yeah. Emasculation on the internet, in real life. Me and my friend, we have a whole list of what we call the secret agent list of so countless black actors, black politicians, black athletes, black prominents who all seem to have the lust and love of white women in common. Now, are these black guys being targeted from a white girl? From, because it's not easy to get a white girl, especially a good quality white bread. It's not easy, trust me. But it seems to be, what'd you say, Shed? Cat Williams was right. They give you the same wife. I mean, it's crazy, man. But these guys were actually flaunting they milk of magnesia with no shame at all. And it don't stop there. It don't stop there, y'all. Because old Goof Troop, you might know him as the senator of South Carolina. You guessed it, Senator Tim Scott also so happens to have a white bread.
Do it in a way where they basically wrapped their criticisms of Donald Trump in praise of his presidency, because they're trying to give a permission structure to his voters to say, yes, I liked him then, or I liked elements of what he did then. Do it in a way where they basically wrapped their criticisms of Donald Trump.
Hide your gums, man. Put your gums away, buddy. Put your gums away, Tim. For goodness sakes. Put them gums away. Tuck in your gums, Bubba. Yeah, man. Tim Scott, man, got engaged recently to his milk of magnesia around the time of National Milk Day. Senator Tim Scott proposed to his girlfriend, Mindy Nose, Saturday evening at the beach on Kauai Island in South Carolina. She said yes. That's a picture right here of the couple on the beach. needless to say, Tim Scott doesn't need a tan. Hey, I'm just gonna be full of bad jokes. This segment is full of bad jokes. Tim Scott was getting no play from the sisters. Yeah. With teeth like that, he probably wasn't. With gums that stick out like that, he probably wasn't getting no play. But after all, Tim Scott doesn't really have balls. As you may know, Tim Scott recently endorsed Donald Trump in a Republican primary that has Donald Trump facing Nikki Haley, who so happened to also yeah, this is crazy. So Tim Scott was appointed by Nikki Haley, and now he out here looking like a damn fool, endorsing Donald Trump, who is currently running against Nikki Haley. Yeah, no wonder, right?
We need a president who will restore law and order. We need Donald Trump. Oh, we need a president who will lower our taxes and not raise our taxes. We need a president like Donald Trump. We need a president who will restore law and order.
You mean the president that is being convicted of over 90 felonies? Who may have, according to a jury in the court of civil law, raped a woman? It's crazy, right? It's crazy. But this is the example of a black man being emasculated by Donald Trump. Tim Scott, ladies and gentlemen.
And my God, who is Tim Scott? Who is Tim Scott?
Oh, that's just...
The guy that Nikki Haley appointed to the Senate. He's supporting a guy right now who defended Nazis in Charlottesville. He's defending a guy that supports the replacement theory. He's defending a guy and supporting a guy. Happily. It's easily the most racist president in our lifetime. It just goes without saying. He's inspired racism across this country. Just all you have to do is go on social media and see what his supporters are saying.
I mean, even the white people know it, man. For goodness sakes. Tim Scott. Do you have any balls, man? Where's your manhood?
The senator of his state. You must really hate her. No, it's a shame. It's a shame. Uh-oh.
I just love you. I just love you. I just love you. I just love you.
Yeah, man. Martin Luther King rolling around in his motherfucking grave. Oh, man. I'm not making this up, man. And the timing of it all is what makes a lot of it quite interesting, because man have no balls, man. Like, where's your... I don't know. Just don't make no sense, man. Emasculated, man, by old Donald Trump, man. You gotta watch out for the... I had this other post that I wanted to kind of refer to, But I don't know if I could find it. Oh, man. Yeah. Tim Scott, man. He took the cake. Definitely took the cake with that one. So, yeah. There may be an agenda going on, man. It gets deep. And not everybody is happy. Not everybody can stand for this. Even the white folks know that there's an agenda going on. Here's Pastor Donnie Reagan, who had a little bit to say about these interracial couples. And we're not here to, we don't hate on the fact that, love who you like. I'm not here. I'm just here to point out that there is sort of a coincidence that's going on here. And I'm not the only one that sees it that way.
And let me tell you right up front, any of you young people, you want to marry a black man, you girls, don't ask me to do it, because I will not. I refuse. I cannot do it with a conscience toward God and look these quotes in the face. You white brothers, you find a black sister, you want to marry an African or whatever more, don't ask Brother Donnie. I'll quit church, suit yourself. I'd rather you quit than me get in trouble with God. Well, glory. And let me tell you right up front, any of you young people, you want to marry a black man, you girls, don't ask me to do it, because I will not. I refuse. I cannot do it with a conscience toward God and look these quotes in the face. You white brothers, you find a black sister, you want to marry an African or whatever more, don't ask Brother Donnie. I'll quit church, suit yourself. I'd rather you quit than me get in trouble with God. Well, glory. And let me tell you right up front, any of you young people, you want...
My boy say, he ain't marrying. Oh, man, like... Hey, man, the pastor said it, man, not me, man. Even the pastor knows something going on. The pastor say he not falling for it. I mean, but again, I ain't saying that, these folks ain't, shouldn't be trying to find their love. And it might be possible that they, that they just grew up around these people, But it's just kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Here is another clip from a nice woman who seems to see the pattern.
That's why he's a great politician.
Hey, Auntie Bev here. After watching that clip...
Hold on.
I just love you. No, that's why he's a great politician.
Hey, Auntie Bev here. After watching that clip, the word that immediately comes to mind is emasculate. It's a verb, and it means to deprive a man of his male role or identity. Now, one might question why Senator Tim Scott allows himself to be emasculated by a man who disparages practically everybody. Emasculate. Add that word to your vocabulary bank and make it your time, your shine. Auntie Bev speaks.
Thank you, Auntie Bev.
I just love you. No, that's why.
Thank you, Auntie Bev. If y'all want to follow Auntie Bev and get your vocabulary up, man, y'all can find her at Beverly Mahone. Auntie Bev with the vocabulary words of the day. Emasculate. So sad. So it's not really a mystery that there's some sort of agenda going on. And this is one of the faces who fell for the agenda. Old Tim. Tim Uncle Tom Scott. Tuck those gums away, Tim. tuck those gums away. And those are bad jokes. Yeah, man. I mean, oh man, this shit crazy, bro.
Appointed you, Tim, and think of it, appointed, and you're the senator of his state, and she endorsed me. You must really hate her. No, it's a shame. It's a shame. Uh-oh.
I just love you.
No, that's good. That's why he's a great politician.
Yeah, he's a great a lot of things. He's really good at kissing that ass. Yeah, man. Oh man. Don't be fooled. 'Cause this is election year and it's gonna get deep, man. It's gonna get real deep. It's gonna get nasty. It's gonna get political. And we're just here to point out a few coincidences that we hope that you guys are not missing. Because, yeah, it's kind of weird out here. In other white news, there seemed to be some sort of discrimination towards black pilots. And some politicians are not afraid to admit that they are openly racist when flying planes. Here's Charlie Kirk on his podcast, Thought Crime, with Charlie and Jack as they speak on black pilots.
And that's why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard, because we've all been in the back of a plane when the turbulence hits or when you're flying through a storm and you're like, I'm so glad I saw the guy with the right stuff and the square jaw get into the cockpit before we took off. And I feel better now thinking about that.
No, I mean, like, you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Well, that's the you wouldn't have done that. You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have done that before.
That's not an immediate.
No, you wouldn't have done that before.
That's not who I am. That's not what I believe.
It is the reality the left has created.
So blame the left. The left has created this reality that white men, white MAGA men, feel some type of way when they get on the plane that has black pilots.
Ben Carson.
Ain't that crazy? This is another thought crime. I mean, the name of their show is Thought Crime, so we know what they're about. But here's another hot take from Charlie Kirk.
Frederick Douglass, Ben Carson, Thomas Sowell, and Justice Clarence Thomas are far better black role models to celebrate than Martin Luther King. Period. End of story. Frederick Douglass, Ben Carson, Thomas Sowell, and Justice Clarence Thomas are far better black role models to celebrate than Martin Luther King.
Yeah, man. I can't make this up. It's all lining up. Maybe my algorithm shares all this crazy stuff because of how my mind thinks. But would you believe that Frederick Douglass, Ben Carson, and whoever it is, Justin Clarence Thomas, I don't know. He might be married to a white woman or black woman. I don't know. But I know that I think that they are secret agents. And, you know, more power to Frederick Douglass. You know, he's a great black man in history, but he was also a secret agent. And I don't know if I have enough time, because we need a whole day to read the secret agent list, because it's pretty long. But you can imagine that about 70% of prominent black athletes have white girlfriends or white wives or white baby mamas. And I don't think they consider them white baby mamas. I think I just kind of said something that's an oxymoron. I don't know. Why is that? Why, when black men get to a certain level, they got to have a white girl on their arm? You don't believe me? Ask Kanye West, who, you know, I have to be reminded time and time again why he shouldn't be so much considered as a hero. Because he once was a hero of mine. I really still consider a lot of the thoughts of Kanye West to be on a genius level, but he also falls into that deep, dark agenda. And he said it in the song, when did he get on? He leave your ass for a white girl? And what did he do? Leave her ass for a white girl. Then he gonna post this. Cream of wheat. That was the post. Here is his milk of magnesia with a string thong cooking, you guessed it, cream of wheat. When your heroes become your disappointments. Oh, man. I guess we got a cheap look at some booty, though. A cheap look at some cream of wheat and some booty. Meanwhile, we don't really care at this point if Kanye West dropped the album or if he don't drop the album. We try to remember what Cat said, what Cat Williams said. We try to remember. But Cat Williams was right, man. Things that make you go, what's going on here? Why is this all tying in together? Is there some sort of agenda that we don't know about? Did you guys hear about the founder of LuLuLemon and how he didn't care about diversity and inclusion in his brand? Simply saying he don't want certain customers coming in. Now, I don't shop LuLuLemon, so I'm not going to really kind of go deep on this subject. But one thing about Republicans, man, is you can guarantee that they will not lean into having diversity in their staffs. They don't believe in it.
Is acting like a lemon, real sour. He doesn't like the whole diversity initiative. He was like, you gotta let people know that they're not wanted. Sounds like a certain political party. Now this would make more sense if it was like a TV show. It's just like, all right, this is for a certain audience. This is our niche. This is clothes. Everybody likes nice clothes. I haven't heard anybody be like, yeah, I want to be uncomfortable when I'm wearing my clothes to the gym. I just want to feel like my workout is even harder than it really should be. Clothes and food, I feel like should be like healthcare. Like everybody should be able to enjoy nice stuff. Like the only people I see working out in jeans is in New York City at the stoplight. And I bet you if you were like, hey, why don't you do this in some LuLuLemons? That guy be like, oh yeah, thank you. I'm gonna pull up 50 right now. LuLuLemon separated from this guy so fast, like faster than Marvel did Jonathan Majors. I mean, he hasn't had the best history. And to go against diversity in his time, you see why they don't want him in the office anymore. Just walking around with old boomer values and like a iPhone 9.
Shout out Royce Winter with that elegant thought on Chip Wilson, the founder and ex-CEO of LuLuLemon, who isn't with diversity and inclusion when it comes to his brand and his stores. So when I say that there's an agenda, whether it's American, whether it's a white, whether it's a Republican agenda, some may say, hey, Dame, you tripping. Hey, Dame, you crazy. Well, if I am, what do you call this? Seems like an agenda to me. Seems like the dots, the red dots, the right dots are connecting. Bad jokes. Shed Street says, none of those corporations rock with us. Yeah, it's safe to say. At least we got the NBA. As long as you get you a white girl. All right, so bad jokes again. We got to get ready to close the show on out, man. Before we get out of here, we're going to talk a little sports. But what's going on with Corey Holcomb?
I was like, bitch,
Y'all know Corey Holcomb do not sugarcoat and do not hold back. And this is Corey commenting on what seems to be his own daughter.
Man, my motherfucking daughter would talk the shit to me the other day. I was like, bitch,
you start back talking to her?
No, the bitch crazy.
Oh, she just called you out of the blue?
Hell yeah, because she needed something.
Dang. You should have gave her my number, man.
You still on that looking market?
I believe my daughter runs circles around me, boy.
This nigga talking about his daughter, y'all. His daughter.
Oh, shoot.
She's taller than him, for sure.
Yeah.
She ain't taller than me.
Oh, yes.
She is not taller than me.
Oh, the last time she was here, I got a picture. She
probably
and
has
I standing
heels
next
on
to each
or
other. You
something.
see how tall she is.
I mean,
She's
I
tall.
brought it up because she tried to run game on me. Like, she was brought up by her mama. But, you know what I'm saying? Instead of realizing I got away from her mama, because I don't speak to her mama. She be like, I know you hate my mama. I'm like, bitch, I ain't got time to hate nobody. Your mama was drama. Now, here it is all these years later. You just like your mama. Both of y'all can kiss my motherfucking ass. I'll go make another daughter. I don't give a fuck. If you ain't good as a person, no matter who you are, I have a cutoff switch God blessed me with to say, fuck you, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if it's my kid. My motherfucking mama, you know your daughter trying to get in touch with you? I say, oh, mama, you watch that little bitch. Ha!
Yeah, see, it's. I get where you guys are coming from because I had the same.
You watch that little bitch. That bitch is brought up in this new generation where there is no honor, there is no respect thy parents, there is no the way the youngsters are brought up now. They will fuck over the mama and daddy quicker than they'll fuck over somebody in the streets. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck. If you are so hell-bent in making me a villain and saying I did you wrong, get the fuck away from me. I didn't love your mama. You just popped up on a nigga. I try to show you love. Shit, you come out here, I did all this shit for her. She was still talking shit. So I'm just saying, it's like, I'm not like everybody else. I don't need your acceptance. Somebody said to me, fuck it, my mama said to me today, Corey, later in life, you might need your daughter. I said, if I need that bitch, I'm done for. A lot of motherfuckers might not say this.
No, and it's hard for others to relate because
you motherfuckers out here with kids, your kids ain't shit. Your kids run over you. And you know they run over you. And you let them run over you and you justify by saying, these my kids.
Exactly.
Now with me, if I got somebody, I capitalize every letter in somebody. If somebody running over me, I'ma tell them I'm about to take a shit. Get over here fast. Cause I want to shit on you. Give a fuck who you are. Don't give a fuck. This is my time on this planet. I ain't finna be worried about your funky ass, whoever the fuck you are. If you ain't no righteous motherfucker, I don't give a fuck if it's your child or whoever it is.
The same way, yep.
Get the fuck away from me, especially when you grown. You can have a little patience with a child. Sometimes you can beat a child up and get away with it.
Oh my God, stop.
I'm saying, but when motherfuckers is 20, 25, 30,
yeah, you know,
talking crazy to you, if you let them hang around you because they your kids, that shows human weakness in you.
Corey Holcomb, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Holcomb. I want to call him bad jokes, but I don't think there's too many people was laughing That man was talking about his daughter like she was a bitch off the streets. Literally. All right, man. Busy show, man. Quick sports wrap up. On the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's 81 point performance. The anniversary of Kobe Bryant's 81 point performance. The other day, we had two NBA players on January 22nd in 2006 versus the Raptors. Kobe Bryant scored 81 points in a single game. Second to none other than Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain in total points scored in a single game. Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba Bryant, would forever be etched in legend. And as you can see, look behind him, who had to see all those points as he was guarding him the whole game. Our boy, Jalen Rose. And this year, almost 20 years later, 18 to be exact, two players was going for that record and nearly hit it. The first was Karl Anthony Towns, who, although it was kind of a little distance from 81, it was still an impressive 60 points that Karl Anthony Towns was able to put up. My boy put up a good 60 piece. And you know, Karl Anthony Towns is a big man who shoots the three pretty well. Started out the first quarter with 22 points. He had 22 points in the second quarter, and then it was like, oh, you could get to 80. So his team damn near started giving him the ball, but he fell short and only got to 60 points. He only scored about 10 points in the third and about, what was it like? He scored like 13 points in the third and then only 6 points in the fourth quarter. So he probably ran out of gas before he got to the finish line. But that 60 points was still very, very impressive. But not as impressive as the reigning MVP, you know, the African with all that game. Embiid, Joel Embiid, scored a whopping 70 points in an NBA basketball game on January 22nd, 2024. Joel Embiid had 70 points and 18 rebounds versus the San Antonio Spurs. And he is the reigning MVP, and he's playing like a madman right now. And pretty much the lead MVP right now this year. The only thing that might stop him from getting the MVP is that he may miss too many games. So if you miss too many games, you pretty much get disqualified from being eligible for the MVP. But nevertheless, 70 points. He is now third highest scorer in the NBA game with that 70. And the guy be balling. The guy really got game. And just 11 more points, he would have had Kobe Bean Bryant. And he's still 30 points away from Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain 100-point performance. But congratulations to Karl Anthony Towns and Joel Embiid for quite an impressive performance on the anniversary of Kobe Bean Bryant's 81-point performance. Simply amazing. Also in sports news, there has been a firing of the black coach by the name of Adrien Griffin. Adrien Griffin of the Milwaukee Bucks has been fired. Age 49, Adrien Griffin, who hasn't really been the coach for only this year. Brand new coach. Oh, his third is David Robinson with 72 points. Excuse me. Thank you for the correction. Thank you. my fat checker, my great fat checker, Shed Street, who knows so much about sports. Where would I do without you, buddy? I appreciate that. So Adrien Griffin, man, Milwaukee Bucks or ex-Milwaukee Bucks head coach has to find another job. It seems that his chemistry wasn't going too well with Giannis Antetokounmpo after saying some words that Giannis didn't agree with after having an offense that Giannis couldn't mesh in. And I mean, the team is doing fairly well. Did they pull the trigger and fire Adrien Griffin too soon? Who knows? It's speculative. But guess who they went out and hired? They got rid of Adrien Griffin, and they went out and got, you guessed it, you can guess pretty much what coach don't really got no hair and also no voice, but loses game 7s like they his keys at a drunk party? Yeah, you know him. Doc Rivers, the new Milwaukee head coach. Doc Rivers, who also has an NBA championship with the Boston Celtics and has, you know, a pretty good tenure as a head coach. Will Doc Rivers lose another game 7, or will he get back to prominence by taking the Milwaukee Bucks to another championship? You talking about Van Gundy? No, not Van Gundy, who also don't have no voice and no hairline. I see what you did there, man. You coming with the bad jokes too, man. Nah, man, we talking about Doc Rivers, man. That boy don't have no voice and no hairline, man. Well, he actually got a hairline, but he ain't got no hair. So, good luck, Doc. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna really jinx him or speak bad juju on him, cause you know, we gonna root for you, but you bet not mess this one up, Doc, cause they gonna be dancing you right on up out of there. They gonna be dancing around you right on up out of there. Word on the block is that Adrien Griffin had said something about Giannis's brother, Theanis, or whatever, Dionysus, I don't know how to say his name. He said something about his brother, and that was the last straw. And it was like, you're out of there, buddy. Get him out of here. So, the Nassus, who don't do nothing but clean the coal out of Giannis's eyes and make sure that he has chapstick on his lips before every game. And be ready to swing on anybody who foul Giannis too hard. Yeah, that guy. So that's NBA news, man. One coach in, one coach out. That's how it works. Meanwhile, in the meantime, we got the NFL playoffs coming to a close. We got 2 more weeks until the Super Bowl, and we had some great games that just passed. It seems that the Ravens were not fazed by the Houston Texans, and they end up putting them out of the playoffs fairly easy by running the ball all down Houston's throats. Yeah, man, the Ravens, man, look real tough, man. They seem to have the best running attack, an MVP quarterback, and a biting defense, a stingy defense. And they held the Houston Texans to a 10-34 victory on Saturday. But it seems that they're going to have to play a tough game versus the NFL darling, Patrick Patty Mahomes, who, with the help of a biting Kansas City Chiefs defense, put the Bills out yet again. The Bills just cannot seem to get past these guys. in a not nail-biting game, very, very close game that came down to a missed field goal, wide right. And a couple of missed catches, Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen played magnificent, but just not good enough as Patty Mahomes wins again, 27-24. To set the stage for the AFC Championship, Ravens versus Chiefs. Who y'all got y'all money on? Are you going to bet against Patrick Mahomes? I wouldn't. Some may say it's a part of the agenda that Patrick Mahomes makes it to the championship. And Patrick Mahomes ends up being the new GOAT. You like that? I know. That one's for you. Green Bay Packers versus the 49ers. Although was a very exciting game, we all knew who was going to win that game, as the 49ers 13-5 seemed to be the team to beat in the NFC from the start of the season. And this has been a third NFC championship, maybe 3 in a row. The San Francisco 49ers may have gotten all the tools that they need with Deebo Samuels, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, and Brock Purdy. Yeah, Brock Purdy. While Cam Newton thinks that Brock Purdy is merely a game manager, that's all he really has to be. With a great defense and the number 1 running back, Christian McCaffrey. But they still barely beat the Green Bay Packers, who also lost because, you guessed it, a field goal going wide right. Green Bay Packers, you guys have overachieved throughout the season. You're in good hands with Jordan Love, Aaron Jones, and you got some young wide receivers. So we'll look for you guys to get back and bounce right back next year. But you guys gave us at least an exciting game. And last but not least, the biggest surprise of this last weekend in the NFC was the Detroit Lions. Yeah, the Detroit Lions beating the Buccaneers, man. Buccaneers have been there before, but they wasn't really expecting to do much this year, as they was like a 10-8 record or something like that. I don't know, 9-8 record. But they made it to the division round, only to get put out by a touchdown. 8 points separated them from, 9 points separated them from beating the Detroit Lions. Detroit, I don't know if I've ever seen Detroit be in the NFC Championship, let alone the Super Bowl. And this may be the Detroit Cinderella year. Will we get a Detroit versus Ravens matchup? Some may call it the Black Bowl. That would be a dream come true. Nevertheless, shout out Jared Goff, Amon St. Brown, and Gibbs, and a great rushing attack that they have with y'all know Gibbs and David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, them guys, great 1-2 punch. And that rookie Sam Laporta, we'll be looking for him in fantasy next year, that's for sure. But who y'all got y'all money on? Will it be the Lions, 49ers? Will it be the Chiefs over the Ravens? Or is Lamar finally gonna get his just due as the MVP in the league, 2-time MVP, and take his team, the Baltimore Ravens, back to the Super Bowl? Shout out to Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh, 2 great coaches, 2 great brothers, 2 great pillars in the NFL. And now Jim Harbaugh is now the new coach from winning the championship with the Michigan Wolverines to now being the brand new coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. Jim Harbaugh. He's been there before. will he get it right this time? He has a lot of talent in Los Angeles, but it is the city of angels, and it is a lot of pressure to step from the Michigan Wolverines to Los Angeles. Go ahead with your bad self, Jim. Maybe we'll get the Harbaugh Bowl. Remember when they had the Harbaugh Bowl, the 49ers versus the Ravens? Yeah, some of y'all wasn't even old enough to see that. But I remember. So shout out to the Harbaugh brothers. They are Hall of Fame coaches, proven through and through. Defense, all around, basically. Those guys know how to coach. So that's our sports segment as we celebrate the hiring of two coaches that are very prominent, from Doc Rivers to Jim Harbaugh. We'll be watching to see who can handle the pressure of having a whole lot of talent, a whole lot of pressure, and everybody watching and expecting them to win. This is Dame Doja. I'm Dame Doja, excuse me. This is the DozhaToldya Podcast. I appreciate all the support. If you have missed any part of the show, man, you can always go back and watch the clips on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's called DozhaToldya. Make sure you like the channel. Make sure you share the live. And yeah, all the information's right here on the side. Appreciate it to Mojo 305. Appreciations and salute to TC, my boy Justice. You know what I'm saying? Shed Street. Everybody, man. Happy birthday, Brittany. Happy birthday to my brother Justin. Happy birthday to all the Capricorns, but it's now Aquarius season. So I'm gonna go ahead and I got business to attend to. And I'll see y'all next week, man, as we are rounding, getting closer to our 100th episode. But that'll conclude our great episode 98 of the DozhaToldya Podcast. Shout out to YFN Lucci, Dave Chappelle, Charlamagne the God, and Tim, Uncle Tom Scott, and all the other secret agents out there. We'll see y'all next time, man. It's been a great show, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe once again to the channel, man. And I just appreciate all the support. Look out for DJ TC tomorrow, DJ Shed Street on Sunday morning mixtape. And we'll be back with DozhaToldya 99. But right now, that's 98. And it's been great. We out. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dame Doja. If you're looking to get your interview done or be a guest host on our podcast, hit us up at DozhaToldya.COM. Bump what you heard. Remember who told you? It's DozhaToldya.